Unfortunately, I missed the big Toy Story analysis video. But there are some things that weren't covered in there that I want to cover in this one. More specifically, the relationships surrounding some of the more important characters of the franchise. Now, Zach has talked at length about the relationship between Woody and Bo Peep, but I wanted to talk about a certain other couple. Now, for anyone who might be new to the franchise, you'd be forgiven for thinking that Woody and Jessie should be together because they're from the same in-universe franchise of Woody's Roundup. And there could very well be a couple on that show itself, we don't know for sure. But this is definitely not the case in toy form. In the Toy Story 2 in-character interviews, when asked about his relationship with Jessie, Woody says, "Just to set the record straight, my relationship with her is strictly platonic. My heart belongs to Bo Peep, but I consider Jessie a very dear friend, even though she'll occasionally tie me in a knot. She can get a little rowdy sometimes." As for Jessie's view on the matter, she says, "You make it sound like we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Yuck! Don't get me wrong, Woody's a great guy." He sure stinks at arm wrestling though. To give even more evidence to this, when Bo Peep is asked about if she's jealous of Jessie's relationship with Woody, she says, "Jessie and I are friends, just like she is friends with Woody. If you want to know the truth, it's not Woody, but a certain space toy who's head over heels for Jessie. You heard it here first." Yep, the relationship we're discussing today is Buzz Lightyear and Jessie the yodeling cowgirl. How did this star-crossed lovers relationship actually start? Well, before we get to see the toys see each other face to face, there's already an aura of conflict. Neither Jessie nor Buzz are even mentioned, but there is a huge reason to believe that Jessie might not have thought highly of Buzz at first.
2 words, Sputnik. Once the astronauts went up, children only wanted to play with space toys.
Even though Jessie does not comment on this, it is entirely possible that Stinky Pete manipulated Jessie's, and by extension Bullseye's, minds with these claims. Woody's aside comment doesn't help matters either.
I know how that feels.
Further down the line, Buzz and Jessie's first scene together doesn't tell us much about how they feel about each other at all. Jessie is in the apartment when Buzz, Utility Belt Buzz, and the rest of Andy's toys break into Spring Woody, as Slinky puts it. Buzz is more focused on getting Woody to come back with him. He sees the rest of the Roundup gang as a collective rather than individuals, and doesn't really consider their side of the story either. That being said, he does reluctantly leave, where Woody gives him the brush off. Part of that could be realizing the consequences for the Roundup gang if Woody comes home, but that is made unclear. For Jessie's side of the story, she doesn't fully realize the scope of what's happening other than Woody might be leaving and that means storage. Oh, and there was a mix-up with the 2 Buzzes. However, she does get to see a bit more of Buzz's motivation on display here, and why he wants Woody to come home. Imagine these lines may have left as much of an impact on Jessie as they did on Woody.
"Somewhere in that pat of stuffing is a toy who taught me that life's only worth living if you're being loved by a kid. And I traveled all this way to rescue that toy because I believed him."
I don't have a choice, Buzz. This is my only chance.
To do what, Woody? Watch kids from behind glass and never be loved again? Some life.
For the next scene, Buzz and Jessie aren't even on screen at the same time. However, I believe this is also a huge factor in what impacted Buzz's crush on Jessie. Noise does travel down the heating duct after all. Stinky Pete has trapped Woody, Jessie, and Bullseye in the apartment, which leads to this argument.
Look, we have an eternity to spend together in the museum. Let's not start off by pointing fingers, shall we?
You really are Stinky Pete, aren't you?
Prospector, this isn't fair.
If Buzz did hear all of that, he would have heard Jessie stand in his best friend's defense when he's trying to get home. That is a very good first impression if you ask me. And now we come to the most important scene to kickstart Buzz and Jessie's romance. The plane chase scene. After depositing Stinky Pete into a Barbie's backpack, yes really, Woody and Buzz rush to the suitcase to retrieve Jessie. Unfortunately, the pair are too slow, and Woody decides to bring his TV show to life.
Come on, Buzz! Yeah! Ride like the wind, Bullseye!
This is my favorite scene of the whole franchise. What can I say? I love rescue missions, I love horses, and the music is just epic. One quick question though. How is Buzz able to ride a horse? Woody and Jessie I understand as their cowpoke dolls, and Bullseye is specifically designed for them to ride, but Buzz is a Space Ranger toy. Galloping full pelt for a beginner rider is not a good idea, by the way. Getting back on track, Buzz and Jessie's next encounter is the former riding Bullseye as he catches Woody's hat.
What's a cowboy without his hat? Buzz!
Honestly, if I were Jessie, I'd probably be smitten too. She sees a space toy riding to her rescue on horseback. If there were any negative consequences on the views of space toys given to Jessie by Stinky Pete, I reckon they would have vanished by now. But what cements Buzz's crush on Jessie? Well, once again, Jessie ends up doing something that is sure to make Buzz smile, saving Woody from a nasty fall. Essentially, both toys realized they had something they could bond over, their friendship with the cowboy. Side note, in an earlier draft of this plane chase scene, Woody was supposed to save Jessie from falling off the landing gear, which honestly would have made his arm tearing again more believable. However, Jessie's actress, Joanne Cusack, wanted to reverse the roles to showcase our cowgirl's heroic side. And what a brilliant idea that was. I also recently discovered an analysis of Woody and Jessie's relationship in the second movie on DeviantArt if you want to check that out. Put together all the scenes above, and the ending result makes a lot of sense.
Ma'am, well, I just wanted to say you're a bright young woman with a beautiful yarn full of hair. A hair full of yarn. It's, I must go.
Well, aren't you the sweetest space toy I ever met?
As if that wasn't enough, Jessie performs a pretty impressive stunt on the race car track. The very same stunt Buzz performed earlier on in the movie to get to Woody in a hurry.
Hang on, cowboy! Woody, are you all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine, Buzz.
That critter needs help!
Darn it, Woody!
Tablet, use the blooper clip! Yeah. Anyway, the very last shot we see of Buzz and Jessie together is actually with the alpha couple of the franchise, Woody and Bo Peep. All four of them are listening intently to Wheezy's rendition of You've Got a Friend in Me. And who can blame them? He can really sing. And as previously discussed, Bo Peep and Jessie are also confirmed to be really close. Do we get any interactions between our little quartet in the future? Well, sadly no. You see, because Bo Peep is a porcelain lamp ornament, she is quite fragile compared to the other toys. So, she was written out of Toy Story 3, save for some quick inanimate shots of her and Andy's flashbacks and the beginning of the film. And there's this quick mention.
Yeah, we've lost friends along the way. Wheezy and Etch and
Bo Peep?
yeah, even Bo.
Poor Woody. If you have any Woody dolls at home, give them a hug, please. And not to mention, if Bo was in the film, either she would have been broken at the daycare of the caterpillar room, or melted in the incinerator quickly. No doubt leaving our little cowboy doll mentally broken if this happened. And Toy Story 4 completely sidelined Buzz and Jessie when Bo was brought back as a lost toy, so nothing of value of the quartet there. Not to mention derailing Buzz's character. I'm going off topic. Let's get into the time gap, shall we? In the time gap between movies 2 and 3, we see that Buzz and Jessie didn't actually get together. And considering how old Andy was in Toy Story 2 compared to 3, that's just sad. Why did they wait this long? Well, I have a theory that could possibly explain it. As I mentioned, Bo Peep was written out of the third movie due to restrictions with her porcelain nature, and we actually get to see it donated to another kid during Toy Story 4's flashback. Woody was thrown into a deep depression because of it, and I believe Buzz and Jessie didn't officially get together for his sake. Of course, later down the line, I'm sure Woody is all, guys, you like each other, don't worry about me, because he has become a lot more selfless over the course of the movie series. However, with Buzz being Woody's best friend and Jessie almost being like a sister to him, they are being selfless back. Another possible reason I've seen is through a fan comic that I read on DeviantArt. Buzz is trapped in his own head of how much he likes Jessie, and Jessie herself has deep insecurities about her past. That being said, we do get some hints of Buzz and Jessie's relationship in the intervening years, such as this bit from the Buzz Lightyear of Star Command The Adventure Begins intro.
Let me take a look at that. A Buzz Lightyear movie.
Heh, what do you know? You don't look so fat when they draw you that way.
Let's watch it.
Side note, Woody is actually voiced by Jim Hanks, Tom Hanks' younger brother, in that intro. He sounds really close too. In every episode intro for Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, all the toys watch Buzz's show together. We don't see the toys' reaction to watching all the episodes though, but it's sweet to know that Jessie was willing to watch Buzz's show. In Toy Story 3's flashback, we see during Andy's playtime sequence that he decided to put Jessie and Bullseye into the hero side of the games alongside Woody and Buzz. Buzz and Jessie don't interact directly, but it is nice to see them having fun together. They also work together with Woody, Bo, and Slinky in Toy Story 4's flashback to save RC from the flood. There isn't particularly noteworthy about Buzz and Jessie's interactions here other than they make a good team. But still. And now we get to Toy Story 3, where Buzz and Jessie's relationship gets the most focus. We very quickly realize their crush is still going strong when the group are about to pull off their Operation Playtime.
Buzz, mind if I squeeze in next to you?
Yes. No. I mean, why would I mind squeezing next to you? Does it look hot in here?
Throughout the film, Buzz, Jessie, and the rest of the toys continue to work together to try and figure out what is the best plan moving forward. And Buzz is usually the one to comfort Jessie when things get rough.
We're being abandoned!
We'll be fine, Jessie.
When the toys, Stance Woody, realize that the daycare's Caterpillar Room toddlers play with the toys restfully, Buzz decides he is going to talk to Lotso about moving the gang to the Butterfly Room with the big kids. Big mistake, as it's revealed Lotso is a tyrant who brainwashed our favorite space ranger.
Stop! No!
What was that?
Sounds like it came from the hall.
Yeesh, that scene gives me nightmares. Honestly, if I was rewriting the script, I would have Woody react with horror rather than annoyance when he realizes his best friend was brainwashed. Demo, Buzz, ends up capturing the rest of the toys, and it's poor Jessie who takes this the hardest. As if losing her brother figure wasn't enough, she had to see her crush turn against her and the rest of her friends. That being said, it does seem that, despite having his memories wiped, Demo Buzz is still somewhat attracted to Jessie.
Buzz, we're your friends!
Spare me your lies, temptress. Your emperor's defeated, and I'm immune to your bewitching good looks.
However, he doesn't seem to have any memories of the others. Things get really interesting when Buzz is accidentally put into Spanish mode by the others in an attempt to switch him back. When Buzz and Jessie run into each other after the switch, Buzz is extremely flirtatious around Jessie.
Mi florecilla del desierto. Yo nunca había visto la verdadera belleza hasta esta noche.
Did you fix Buzz?
Sort of.
It's kind of sad that this was the only time until now where Buzz has been confident to openly flirt with Jessie, while on escape from the daycare no less. He also starts to show off in front of her in this form, trying to give her a dandelion flower, and even getting jealous when Woody shows up.
Buddy!
Come on, we're almost there.
El vaquero.
It doesn't outright confirm Woody and Jessie were supposed to be a couple in Woody's roundup, but this is probably the closest we've gotten to the speculation. After trying to escape Lotso at the garbage chute, the plan falls flat as the toys pummeled into the garbage truck, and when the debris start falling, Buzz rushes off to save his señorita. He manages to scoop Jessie up and toss her to safety just as the TV falls on him.
Anyone see him?
Over here, y'all. I found him.
Buzz, you okay? Buzz! Buzz!
That wasn't me, was it?
Oh, Buzz, you're back! You're back! You're back!
Yes, I'm back.
Are we sure this script didn't take inspiration from the Buzz Lightyear Recall script? Because there's a concept art image that is very similar to the scene. Granted, it was Woody who looked like he was crying over Buzz, not Jessie, but it was really close. Then we come to the most pivotal moment in Buzz and Jessie's relationship, and probably the film itself. You know what I'm talking about.
Buzz! What do we do?
The fact that Buzz and Jessie start the chain of toys with the silent dying declaration of love makes this scene even more palatable. These toys we have grown up with since 1995 are facing oblivion with dignity and devotion to each other. Even little details here like Mr. Potato Head holding Rex's hand, showing that there's no hard feelings between them, or Woody also holding Slinky's paw. I'll call back to their friendship since the start of Toy Story 1. Thankfully, this isn't the case though, as the toys are saved by Buzz and Jessie have been through so much together, and it took them to what is assumed to be their dying breath to officially become a couple. And their life together as a couple is as sweet as it sounds. The epilogue of Toy Story 3 showcases an adorable dance with Buzz and Jessie, with the former still not quite understanding his Spanish mode.
I don't know what came over me.
Just go with it, Buzz.
And from that day on, the two have become an official couple, with their relationship shown very well in the shorts, mini specials, and even bits in Toy Story 4 shining through, despite my issues with that movie. In Hawaiian Vacation, if you look closely, Jessie has a flower in her hair. In some island cultures, a woman wearing a flower can indicate if that woman is dating or single. In Jessie's case, she's wearing a flower on her left ear, pointing toward her relationship with Buzz. In Small Fry, when Buzz returns from Pottery Palace after being mixed up with a mini Buzz, yes, really, Jessie has this reaction. Aww. Now, I'm going out of order here, but there isn't too much to talk about in context of Toy Story 4. Buzz still supports Jessie through her claustrophobia, which, despite conquering in Toy Story of Terror, does still come up. Truth in television, this can still happen, which is why Jessie's panic attack is not one of my issues with the movie. The duo also do their best to be Woody's support system when he's being neglected by Bonnie, often leaning against each other when freezing in the toy mode, and if you look carefully, Buzz is holding Jessie's hand when they go into the RV to say goodbye to Bo and Woody. After the goodbye, Jessie also puts a hand on Buzz's shoulder, and they also act like parental substitutes to Bonnie in this scene.
Maybe we should have gone with the fork.
The spoon is safer.
There's also a scene in Toy Story that time forgot. When they're on a sled during Bonnie's playtime, you can barely see the duo holding hands. Aww. And now for what I think is the best depiction of Jessie and Buzz's relationship, Toy Story of Terror. For a start, it's been 6 months since Toy Story 3, give or take, and it also showcases that by now, the awkwardness between Buzz and Jessie in the second and third movies are non-existent. So what exactly does this mini special entail for our Space Ranger and Cowgirl power couple? It starts out simple enough. Buzz and Jessie, alongside Woody, Rex, Mr. Potato Head, Prickle Pants, and Trixie, are going on the road to Bonnie's grandmother's house. They are enjoying a movie together when...
Jessie, we have to get her out. Jessie, can you hear me?
Buzz is the first to react when Jessie is in trouble, with Big Brother Woody close on his heels, and Buzz and Woody work together to console Jessie during her panic attack. Buzz is also incredibly attentive to Jessie throughout the entire mini special.
Guys, where are you?
Jessie, what's wrong? Are you okay?
Buzz, where is everybody?
Not to worry. We're all right here.
Another detail I love is that when Buzz suggests the toys split off into pairs, he goes to Jessie immediately, and he also tries to protect her when a creature is sneaking through the ventilation system. It's actually Mr. Potato Head's arm. Long story. Unfortunately, for our toy friends here, they'll get picked off one by one, as Prickle Pants puts it. Jessie is eventually left on her own with both her boyfriend and honorary brother captured, and so does her new friend Combat Carl.
Oh no, it's a Combat Carl.
Not that Combat Carl, Tamlet!
Carl, where are you headed?
Combat Carl just heard there's a birthday party at the playground on Main Street.
No, not them either! Gosh!
Shh, quiet, soldier. You'll lead them right to us.
Thank you! Jessie ends up struggling against the toy's kidnapper, Mr. Jones, an iguana of all things, and his owner, Rob, puts her in a display case. Tension is briefly forgotten when we get this adorable moment.
All clear.
Jessie!
Buzz.
I'm so glad you're safe.
And unfortunately, the tenderness is completely undone when it's revealed that there is a toy being sold off online.
Oh, it's hard to make out, but it looks like a cowboy.
And to make matters worse, if you look carefully, the tag is shown to be Al's toy barn. I guess Al hasn't given up on the Roundup collection? Regardless, Jessie ends up being bought too, and she starts panicking that she and her friends will end up in boxes. However, she manages to get her nerve and rescue her brotherly figure. And as a side note, we don't actually get clips of this, but these moments must have been torture for Buzz. His best friend and his girlfriend are nearly being shipped off to who knows where, and he can't do anything about it. Ultimately though, Jessie does succeed in her mission, and she sees Bonnie and her mum are about to leave. So, she decides to head for the curtain.
That's not part of the plan. Jessie!
Come and get it! My toys!
No, little girl! That area's for employees only!
Bonnie and her mum recover the former's toys, and they are back in the suitcase in the trunk. And 2 toys are especially proud of our cowgirl.
Never thought I'd miss the trunk.
You did it, Jessie. You saved us all.
Jessie didn't give up. Jessie found a way.
Well, Woody wants to say thanks.
Buzz and Jessie's relationship isn't as touchy-feely as some of our other toy couples in the franchise, but the emotion between these two is incredibly raw and strong. Buzz and Jessie is the only couple in the franchise where the toys aren't from the same in-universe toy line or weren't already pre-established. We got to see both characters grow feelings for each other from humble beginnings and blossom into a full-fledged relationship that will last for infinity and beyond. This is Rachel Ravens, and this has been a Melting Pot review. Note, the noise from the... Dang it, after losing her brother figure... No, it was as if losing her brother figure. Oh my gosh, what? Just as the TV... Oh my gosh, what? I hiccuped.